Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss the topic human growth. So let's begin with the definition of the human growth. So growth basically refers to the increase in the size of a child, and development refers to the process by which the child develops his or her psychomotor skills. So if we are taking this example from the beginning, when any child born, so day by day his the size of body increases, and this process is basically the development. So still we need to know that what is the psychomotor skills, that is the physical skills such as the movement, coordination, manipulation and the strength. So the period of human growth from birth to adolescence is commonly divided into the following stages. So first stage is infancy, and that is from birth to the weaning. And weaning is the period when a child leaves to drink the mother's milk. Second one is the childhood, and that is from weaning to the end of the brain growth. And the third one is the juvenile, and that is from end of the childhood to adolescence. And the fourth one is the adolescence, and that is from the start of the growth spurt at the puberty until the sexual maturity. Growth curves are used to measure growth. The distance curve is a measure of size over time. It records the height as a function of age and gets higher with the age. The velocity curve measures the rate of growth at a given time for a particular body feature, such as height or the weight. The height velocity curve is highest in the infancy up to 2 years of the age, with more consistent annual growth afterwards increase again at puberty. So the height of the average infant increases by 30% by the age of 5 months and by the 50% by the age of 1 year. So height of a 5-year-old is usually doubles related to that at birth. The limbs and arms grow faster than the trunk, so that the body proportions undergo marked variation as an infant grows into an adolescent. Now coming to the physical development, that what is the physical development? So during the growth period, all major body systems also mature. The main change occurs in the following system. That one is the skeletal system, lymphatic system and the central nervous system, that is also called CNS. So what is the skeletal system? So at birth there is very little bone mass in the infant body. The bones are softer and much more flexible than in adult. The adult skeleton consists of 206 bones joined to the ligaments and tendons. It provides support for attached muscles and the soft tissues of the body. The second one is the lymphatic system, and this has several functions. It acts as a body's defense mechanism by producing white blood cells and specialized cells, that is also called antibodies, and that destroy the foreign organisms that causes diseases. The third one is the central nervous system. So the CNS consists of the brain, the cranial nerves and the spinal cord. Develops mostly during the first years of the life. Although the brain cell formation is almost complete before the birth, and brain maturation continues after the birth. Next topic is the psychomotor development. And during the first year of life, a baby goes through a series of crucial stages to develop the physical coordination. And this development basically proceeds from head to toe. So the following are the series of the crucial stages to develop the physical coordination. And that one is the control of head, the trunk, body and legs. So during the first year of the life, a baby goes through a series of crucial stages to develop the physical coordination. This development usually proceeds from head to toe, and for example the visual system reaches maturity earlier than to do the legs. So the first one is the infant develops the control of head, then of the trunk, that is the sitting up, then to the body, that is the standing, and the finally is the legs, that is the walking. So the development also proceeds modestly, that is from the center of body outward. Now coming to the stages of the motor development in the children. So here we have defined some first 8 years of the children or any child, that what kind of development is happening there within 8 years. So in the first year, baby develops the good head balance and can see objects directly in his line of vision. So firstly, he learns how to reach for objects and how to transfer them from one hand to other. From the second year, the child can turn the pages of a book, the scribble with the pencil, build towers with blocks up to a height of about 7 layers. In his third year, the child can now draw the circles, squares and the crosses. And he can build the 10 block towers and some other kind of things. At 4 years of the age, a child can stand heel to toe for a good 15 seconds with his eyes closed. He can perform the finger to nose test very well. At his fifth year, he can balances on tiptoe for a 10-second period. And at the second year, the child can balance on one foot for 10-second period. And at the 7 years, he can also balance on tiptoe for the 10-second period. And at 8th year, the child can maintain a crouched position on tiptoes for 10-second periods. So these are some kind of activities done by the child from his first year to the 8th year. Next thing is the cognitive development. So the development of the motor skills in the child goes in hand with the development of the cognitive skills, a process called the cognitive development. So we can divide this in the 4 stages, and the first one is the sensory motor stage, second one is the pre-operational stage, third one is the concrete operational stage, and the fourth one is the formal operational stage. So at the sensory motor stage, he do some sensory impressions like sight, smell, hearing, taste, and the touch, and other motor activities. In the pre-operational stage, he uses some images and symbols, and speech development also begins at this stage. The third stage is the concrete operational stage, and that one is the elementary logical principle, and he also is able to sort some things. And the last one is the formal operational stage, and this happens at the adolescence, and he used to create his own thinking. So now coming to the function and the role of the growth and development. So the function of postnatal growth and the development is to bring the individual to the stage of the healthy and the adulthood, and the physically characterized by the end of the growth with the full sexual maturity and the fertility for the individual. So this is the basically use or the application of growth and development in the human body. So if we are talking about the role in the human health, so we can say that the successful growth and the development promotes the health, and it also provides some emotional and the psychological well-being. So there are also some disorders which affect the growth and the development, and that thing is the neonatal disorder, feeding and the gastrointestinal disorders, inadequate nutrition, attention deficit disorder, human growth hormone deficiencies, and diseases affecting the kidneys, disorders of the nervous system, genetic or the chromosomal abnormalities, and the severe stress or the emotional deprivation. So these are the some disorders which affects the growth and the development. I hope this will help you. Thank you.